Good afternoon, everybody. I have the weekly chart on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You can see clearly up here where we're putting this big top in where we had big sell downs before. We rallied up off of these bottoms from an oversold market. We had that pullback right here. That line there is a 100-week moving average on the weekly chart, which is very significant as far as the bounce goes. Now, what we can tell you to start off July 1st, we are going to gap up into a 52-week high in the Dow Jones. Now, let's be serious. Today's date, 6/30 of 2019. And yes, we're going to get a big gap in. It's going to start the month out. It's a holiday week, 4th of July. So one thing about it is that the Dow, as it stands right now, has room to go higher than it does. So we're going to gap up starting off July 1 at a 52-week high in the Dow, and other indexes are going to do the same thing and whatnot. The Dow, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq Composite, and the Nasdaq 100 are going to have what we call super gaps. And we're going to go up and beyond where we're currently at here on the Dow. Not only is it going to be on the Dow, we are going to wrap up above and we're going to go into a new 52-week high in the S&P 500 index. It's a weekly index to start off June 1. When we take a look at that Nasdaq Composite, this is where that high was, and it hadn't taken it out yet. But you can bet that tomorrow we're going to gap right up into this extreme high that we had over here. And that was once again on 8/26 of 2018. Well, this was that big reversal that we called. We got oversold. This is on the Nasdaq Composite. We're going to gap up into 52-week highs in the S&P 500, in the Nasdaq Composite. I'm going to show the Nasdaq 100 here today. This is where the Nasdaq 100, top 100 stocks in the Nasdaq, are going to gap up into that 52-week high to start out July 1. So we're going to have a big gap to start out the new month of July. Remember, today's date is 6/30. Tomorrow's not even here yet. I'm letting you know before tomorrow even gets here. And that's what it's all about. And that's what it's about for you, is to be able to have someone like us in your back pocket. So, as far as all the indexes and the July 1st gap is definitely there. I've covered them all. I've covered the Dow, covered the Nasdaq 100, Nasdaq Composite, S&P 500, S&P 100 will gap way up, and we're going to go for those highs in the month of July on that opening bell gap and whatnot. And then we're going to see from there what that reversal will look like, mathematically speaking. Once again, I've updated the Dow Jones and U.S. markets on 6/30 of 19. It's 3:13 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Enjoy the moves. Do not get greedy. Understand what resistance is going to be. Understand how the option market is going to move up and down. Call and put side. Inflated overbought versus deflated oversold, and many, many other things that go into our formulas. And that's why we're able to do very good for you.